how could Shakur beat him if he can't hurt him? That would be my question.
Listen, you don't have to hurt him. You just have to outscore him. You know, Shakur takes a good shot, though. You know, he's a specialist. That's why some fights that he doesn't look good in, because he's so superior. And it's boring watching sometimes. But he's a specialist. He knows what he's doing. He's hard to beat.
I think it's going to be a great fight. I think that I keep mentioning Mayweather versus Castillo. If you haven't seen that fight, watch that fight. Castillo beat Mayweather with the same style.
Sure. My road, dude. You know that. You know that. So I'm the best fighter in boxing.
Two skillful fighters, two talented fighters, you know, two fighters that are at a high skill level that will compete in the sweet science.
How you beat Teofimo Lopez? Because there's a blueprint out to beat Teofimo Lopez. Ain't no blueprint out to beat no damn Shakur Stevenson. Lopez don't know how to beat Shakur Stevenson. Ain't no damn blueprint. But I tell you who got a blueprint on how to beat Lopez. That's Shakur Stevenson. He know how to beat Lopez. Yeah, Lopez don't know how to beat him. Hell no.
Boxing legends make shocking predictions as they break down the Shakur Stevenson versus Teofimo Lopez fight. Experts argue about speed versus power, defense versus aggression, and ring intelligence under pressure.
Sure.
Shakur Stevenson, Teofimo Lopez. That's a good damn fight, too. See, that fight is skill for skill as good as this fight. Yeah. But they just haven't been around long enough to prove themselves yet. But skill for skill, as far as equality, to me, Bud and Canelo are equal because when they're in their career. Because how accomplished they are. These two guys are also equal when they're in their career. Because they're accomplished, but not as accomplished as these two. But they're still equal. Sure. Accomplished. You understand me? So those are two good.
Boxing legends and analysts are split but very passionate about the Stevenson versus Lopez matchup.
Skill fighter versus a boxer who's twitchy. And twitchy sometimes beats out skills. Sometimes that's the side that can really beat a straight up boxer to me, somebody who's twitchy. You know, because they don't fight, you know, as normally as most boxers fight. They get angles, body movement, bouncing around like a Lomachenko would done, even a Crawford does, you know what I'm saying, moves different angles and so forth. That's why they can beat a lot of boxers. A lot of people are rolling with Shakur, and I understand because he's dope. But I don't know who's going to show up what day. What Shakur showing up, or what Teo's going to show up. You get what I'm saying?
Nah, you know, we going always Shakur going to always be Shakur. The offense that we saw from him in his last fight was just, he knew what he had in front of him.
Does go back and forth. I'm gonna tell you why. Because Teo, what I do is I remove all the negative about what we know about Teo. I remove all of that, and then I look at the fighter. That still is a good fighter. You know what I mean? Strong, fast, you know what I mean? Explosive, unpredictable. And he can hurt you. And every time he's had to step up, he really did step up. You know what I mean? But besides the Cambo fight. But he stepped up. So I think Shakur. Yeah, my first mind telling me Shakur. And I thought about it, yeah, I'm picking Shakur by decision, but because this is fighting, anything can happen.
Former welterweight champion Sean Porter recently gave Lopez the advantage, pointing to his versatility and ability to adjust, especially at 140 pounds. Porter believes Lopez now has more ways to win against Stevenson's disciplined and controlled style.
I like what Pierre said, you know, the twitchiness, that athleticism that Teofimo has is what gives someone like Shakur problems, because it throws off his timing.
Yep.
Shakur is flat out amazing. I've watched this kid. He can find anybody's time.
Right.
So if you give him the space with just lot of feints and stuff like that, he gonna still pick it up and he's still gonna find it. I got a feeling this thing is not gonna be boring and dry.
Legendary fighter Tim Bradley confidently stated that Stevenson is too technical and too smart for Teofimo Lopez. Bradley clearly said that Shakur has the perfect blueprint to defeat Teo and that Lopez does not know how to beat Stevenson.
Damn rest. Can somebody please tell me how you beat Shakur Stevenson? Please somebody tell me how the hell do you beat some damn Shakur Stevenson? I'll wait. How you beat Shakur Stevenson? Can somebody please, on the contrary, please tell me how the hell do you beat Teofimo Lopez? How you beat Teofimo Lopez? Because there's a blueprint out to beat Teofimo Lopez. Ain't no blueprint out to beat no damn Shakur Stevenson. Lopez don't know how to beat Shakur Stevenson. Ain't no damn blueprint. But I tell you who got a blueprint on how to beat Lopez. That's Shakur Stevenson. He know how to beat Lopez. Yeah.
Eddie Atlas praised Shakur's performance against William Zepeda, highlighting how Stevenson mixed aggression with his usual movement, fought well on the inside and outside, and showed he could control distance while still countering effectively.
You know, walking them down, fighting on the inside, you know, boxing well, still being able to counter, still being able to control space, but also be able to go into tight quarters and not be afraid to show that he's good on the inside too, that he can make you miss and make you pay outside and inside. Shakur showed that. That was great. That was great, and people applaud him. I applaud him. We were sitting there, ringside. I was sitting there actually with your sister, ringside, watching that fight. And it was a terrific performance. Shakur showing that dimension, showing that attitude, showing that competitiveness, showing that dog like people like to show or like to talk about. And they wanted to see